Hey, what's up guys, Adam here, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the top 5 ways that you can save money as a university student. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. So the first point then is to actually create a budget for your student loan. So yes, once again I'm mentioning the B word on this channel. What a surprise. But in all seriousness though, you'll be surprised just how few students actually budget their student loan. So what normally happens, and especially if it's their first year or even their first semester, they'll see the money move into their account for the first time and they think, oh my gosh, I'm rich. They tend to overspend on groceries. They tend to go out night after night after night. They tend to buy all these extra things that they didn't really need. And then when it comes to the end of that first month or even the second month, they'll realize just how depleted their funds really are. Therefore, then it is really important that you know how much money you're going to be getting and where it needs to be allocated to as per your budget. That way then you don't run the risk of ending up overspending. It also means you don't have to worry about dipping into your overdraft or having to borrow money from elsewhere. It will really help you having that budget there to make sure you know where your money is going to be going to. So the next point is student discounts. Now the best way to save money as a student is to utilize student discounts to their full extent. Now me personally, I was always that person that would simply forget to ask an establishment if they offer a student discount. Big mistakes, I could have made quite a few savings there. So if you're someone that is living on campus, then word quickly gets around about which establishments are offering the best student discount rates, whether that be in the bars, the clubs, restaurants, retail. All of those establishments in some form or fashion would offer you a student discount, so make sure you definitely utilize it. So the third point then is to avoid signing up for a credit card. Now, when it comes to Freshers Week at university, you tend to have a lot of promotional stands set up in and around about the campus. That tends to be, you know, things like your societies, various sporting events. You tend to also have bars promoting their services. You tend to have restaurants or takeaways promoting their services, and amongst that group you also have the banks, and the banks are there to do two things: either get you to sign up for a student account or to get you to sign up for a credit card. Now the banks aren't stupid. They know that anything that sounds like it's remotely free, students will take it and run. Now they normally entice students by saying, well, for the first 2 years the interest rate is 0, so students will take the card and that card will become a overspending card, or it'll become a card that will take them out of any financial difficulty. The problem being is that they'll start to rack up a lot of debt on that card, and then when it comes to the end of that 2-year period, they are then hit then with the real interest rate, which is normally around about 20 to 25%. So really high interest rates. And if they've got several £1,000s accumulated on that card, that is when reality strikes. So for that reason, then I would always avoid signing up for a credit card as a student. I would instead, like I've said in the very first video with Dave Ramsey's 7 Steps to Financial Freedom, it's always best to create an emergency fund. And even if you're not working, you can still create and budget in an emergency fund within your student budget by allocating some funds into a savings pot that can be used for emergencies. Or if you're looking to go to university for the first time, then you can actually create and set aside some money before you go, and that will then form as part of your emergency fund. So if you haven't watched my Dave Ramsey's 7 Steps to Financial Freedom video, definitely take a look at that. I'll leave it in the info card above, because in that video we talk a lot about the emergency fund as well as your emergency expenses fund as well. So point number 4 is to eat out less. Now it can be really tempting, especially in the days of Deliveroo, Just Eat, Uber Eats. It can be very tempting just to order something, especially if you had a long day at university, a lot of lectures, or if you're in revision season, then it can be really tempting just to simply order something rather than having to worry about having to cook something or plan a meal. However, over time, this constant ordering from your phone, especially when it comes to the delivering side of things, that amount can really start to add up month on month. So I'm definitely not saying don't go out to eat or order a takeaway. Do those things, but just factor it within your budget and try to reduce the amount of time you actually do that, and spend more time trying to be more creative with your meals, whether that be learning a new recipe, whether that be online or on YouTube. You know, spend more time cooking at home. Maybe try and spend, you know, maybe cook one large meal and then maybe freeze the rest of it and put it away for another day. And in the long term, that'll actually save you a lot more money than trying to worry about trying to cook something every single day or try and order a takeaway, you know, multiple times in the week. Just try and be more creative by trying to cook for yourself, and that way you can actually make a lot of savings in the long term. So the 5th and final point then is to pick up a part-time part-time job. Now, it's really important the part-time job has either a casual hour contract or a 0-hour contract. That way you can pick and choose when you want to work amongst your studies, and therefore it doesn't actually interrupt your full-time education. So having a part-time job has 3 major benefits. The first of which, of course, that you're able to get an extra stream of income coming in. The second one being that you're able to build on your soft skills, which employers really like to see, as they're going to be a big benefit to you later down the line. And the final one being that, of course, you're going to be at work, so that means you're going to be at home less of the time, which means that you're less likely to do any frivolous spending, and they give you more time to save money. So now, guys, that has been my top 5 ways in which you can save money and also build wealth as a student. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Give me a big like down below. If you want to see more videos like this where we talk about investing, personal finance, business and videography, this is the channel for it. So be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell so you're aware when we actually upload videos to this channel. Anyway, guys, it's been Adam here. Thank you for watching. Take care. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.